Good morning, and you are listening to Faces for Radio, our last broadcast of the term, with James Evans.
Miles Paul.
Alec, pull yourself together, man!
And Alex Stratton-Lake.
Next up we have...
Got ye, somebody that I used to know. That was Got ye, somebody that I used to know.
Good song, good song.
It's alright. Yeah.
Not a big fan?
It's just about it's just about downbeat.
Well, this is our last show of the term, and possibly our last show ever.
It's going to be a bit sombre, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not going to be as chirpy as we usually
We can't tell good jokes at the best of times, but in these depressing circumstances, I don't think there's any hope at all.
No, should we just wrap up the show now then? Should we just go home? We've been here for a good 8 minutes, and already the listeners have switched off for good.
Anyway, so after this term, we've got the Easter break. Just wondering, do any of us have any plans for Easter break? I definitely don't. So don't ask.
Not really. No. Miles, we're relying on you here now.
I think I might be learning to drive.
You think?
Yeah.
Hang on a sec, you don't know how to drive already?
Yep.
Oh, Miles.
Miles.
Me.
In my defence, yeah, loads of people can't drive.
Well, that's true, but we're focusing on you today.
Animals.
Yeah, that's also true. It tends to be, by this age, I find, more sort of socially inept outcasts that haven't passed their driving test.
You basing that solely on the fact that Miles hasn't passed?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it is just you that I know that hasn't. So
really,
I'm going to make that generalisation to anyone else that I see, though. I'll say, oh, you better hurry up and pass your test because you don't want to get to. How old are you now? How old are you? 20.
19.
You're only 19.
Yeah, I'm a little one.
It's 20.
I'm really young.
Never mind. You don't want to get to 20 and not pass your test, I'll say to them.
I only had 2 years. You've had 3.
What, 3 years of
being able to drive?
Well, I have been able to drive for 2 of them, so...
Got any funny stories?
Yeah. Well, I like to think of myself as a sort of a good driver.
I mean, you're not. But I mean, you might like to think that, but...
Okay, well, I like to think of myself, nonetheless, as a good driver. It doesn't help, because... The reason Alec doesn't think I'm a good driver is because whenever he's in the car, him and some of my other friends from Reading are in the back shouting at me. And this has got me into all kinds of hilarious predicaments. What isn't the best about my driving... this doesn't make any sense. The worst part of my driving is my navigational skills. And Alec decided once, for a hilarious practical joke, that instead of directing me home from the centre of our town, he'd direct me back into the centre of the town on a Friday night up a one-way street with about 4 or 5 police cars. There's an ambulance down there. There were a lot of party goers. It was a nightmare. I had a friend in the back screaming. She needed to get home quickly for some reason. She was giving birth or something. That or a dinner was ready. I can't remember which. We'll add some drama to this story as we go. Yeah, my driving is great, except when Alec's in the car, really. So my advice to you, Miles, would be never give him a lift.
I'm actually his driving instructor.
Oh,
so.
God. Do you have any exciting stories, Alec, about your driving experiences?
I don't have any exciting stories. I've got sort of. I have to admit, I mean, I may criticise you, but I only criticise you to make up for my own flaws.
Well,
as is often the case.
I'm not going to disagree there because I've been in the car with you as well. So,
and I did not get on well with my driving instructor.
No.
Well, I mean, the first 10 minutes of the driving lesson, it would start off sort of nice chat, but he wasn't great at constructive criticism, more just sort of shouty criticism, I suppose.
That's not really what you want.
No, it's not what you want at all. My confidence was about as low as it could possibly get after just hours and hours of being shouted at. Go, don't do this, don't do that. You're gonna kill someone.
And yet you inexplicably passed the test.
I inexplicably passed the test, but when I did pass the test,
Hmm.
my driving instructor said to me while he was driving me back home, he said, this teaching people to drive is just too stressful for me. just too stressful. I think I'm going to retire.
You forced
I've
your driving instructor into retirement.
yep.
Wow.
And so much stress that he had to retire at the plump age
I don't know.
of his mid-30s.
I don't know what's worse, that or when I passed my test, the examiner seemed to only pass me very reluctantly. He sort of went, well, you've passed. So he really took a dislike to me, but he couldn't find enough technicalities to fail
It
me
made
on.
it sound like he had a quota of passing people. And
That's just not what happens,
to fill
Alex.
up his
That's
quota.
just that he's like, well,
It's like,
I suppose you won't kill that many. Onwards you go. So yeah, I hope, Miles, you can take some words of wisdom there.
I'm looking forward to moving into the big world of driving. I don't have any funny stories because
You haven't started.
my parents are good drivers, and the rest of the time I take public transport.
Wow.
So
Well, that's exciting.
that's exciting.
That'll
isn't
keep
it?
the listeners on the edge of their seat.
Oh, is he going to buy a fare? Is he use the correct change?
Oh God. Oh dear me. Right. Well.
time for the next song, I think.
Yeah, I think it is. What is our next song, Miles?
Starting to wake you up in the morning. We've got Bomb Track by Rage Against the Machine.
Awesome.
Well, that was cherry. That was Bomb Track by Rage Against the Machine.
Sorry, were you expecting us to burst into laughter when you said that?
No.
Well, you did.
Oh,
Anyway.
that's true.
So I don't know why you were criticising.
Sorry,
Alec is all over the place today.
Right. So it's now time for Alec Goes to Hollywood.
It's Alec Goes to Hollywood.
That's an underrated jingle, I feel.
That is brilliant.
Everyone loves the Would You Rather jingle, but Alec Goes to Hollywood just hasn't had a proper look in, and I think we should have it again.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
go-
Just
just
I'm gonna be too tired for the
Yes.
review.
just do it.
Yeah, do it.
Alec Goes to Hollywood.
Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong
so
about that.
enthusiastic. I hit my microphone a bit there.
Oh dear.
Anyway, all right. Let's
missed
move
my
on to
cue.
the review itself.
Which trailer have you reviewed for us this week, Alec?
And this week I reviewed the new Muppets film
Trailer.
trailer.
Yeah. So go on.
Okay. Well, so it's 2 minutes 20. This trailer. It's a sort of average length, and the first thing you notice is, I set up my laptop as any professional film trailer reviewer would do.
On the bus.
Yeah, and when I was listening to it, I could not hear the audio properly. Just could not hear the audio at all.
That's
Well, I mean, yeah, you're on a bus, but trailers supposed to be listened to on the move. You know what I mean?
Are they?
Are they? Yeah.
This is probably why you shouldn't do your preparation on the way here. On the way into
Well,
the
okay,
studio.
I mean, all I'm saying, that's my first criticism. You can't.
That's
can't
more
hear
of
the
a
audio.
criticism of yourself rather than the trailer, I feel. Anyway,
should
get
have
on with
thought.
it. You can hear the audio if you listen to it on a proper device or in a cinema, or on
yeah,
TV
where they've got
or
a
at
special-
home where you're not on a bus surrounded by people.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I could make out is like
Oh.
there's this bit of town which is looking run down, yeah?
Yeah.
Looking run down, kind of like sad shot, sad shot, sad shot. Yeah. And then the Muppets burst in, but they're looking sad as well. So I assume like they're part of the sad bit of the town, and they want to make it less sad.
Oh, wow. This sounds like a great film for all the family.
It does, and then after they've bumped into the scene, there's a lot of singing, a lot of dancing. A Muppet gets thrown into a fence for some reason.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
What else? What else happens?
What I like most about the trailer is it says what's going to be in the film. So it will just flash up saying, there will be adventure, there will be Muppets, there will be heroes, and it's just, you know, it's just good to see in writing what there's going to be.
To be fair, your criticisms of some of the other films have been, it's not entirely clear what's happening. For example, was it the Woman in Red, Woman in Black? Woman in Black. Yeah, you didn't really know what was going on there.
No, not at all.
And
I could even hear the audio for that one.
But you've also criticised Man on a Ledge for too obviously giving away what was going to be in the film with the film title itself.
Well, do you want to hear my damning criticism for this trailer?
Go on.
See, I was going to give it maybe higher than a 6 out of 10.
Whoa.
I know.
Calm
But I
down.
feel I'm
Hold
going to
your
have to give
horses.
this trailer a 6 out of 10. And this is the reason why. Now, I assume both of you guys have watched Avatar, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, the blue aliens look so realistic, don't they? You can kind of believe that they're real. With the Muppets, you just don't get that sense of believability with the, with the characters. You can, you know, the special effects just aren't on par with modern day cinema.
This really isn't a criticism of the trailer. This is just a criticism of the Muppets franchise.
I think they could have just done a bit better with the CGI.
So
That's
you
all
think
I'm
they
saying.
should have taken a modern approach and actually like turned Kermit into looking like a normal frog?
I just didn't believe that he was a frog. Speaking. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, if that's your only criticism of the film trailer, then it must be a pretty good one. I mean, that bit about a Muppet flying into a fence, that sounds pretty amazing.
That was great. That was great. That was great. Just like I said, I mean, the electricity during the special effect wasn't that realistic? I don't think.
The what? The electricity?
It was an electric fence he got thrown into.
All right.
To make matters worse.
And how did that appear? Did he die horribly, or did he just?
No,
get
he was
up
kind
and
of like
sort
shaking around a bit. Just it was kind of making a joke out.
Wouldn't
of it.
happen because
Yeah, it wouldn't
his
happen.
mass and the electric shock, it'd probably knock him right out. Would it?
Yeah,
Is it
exactly.
Mars? You're the physicist there.
Yep.
Would it knock him out?
Hang on, let me do a quick calculation.
He's doing a calculation. We can probably send this into the film producers. And
Yeah, it would.
and there we go.
Well, there we have it. There we have it.
Right.
So yeah, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
6 out of 10.
All right. So it's
Good try, not realistic enough.
not realistic enough, but redeemed by the big shots just telling you what's in it. There will be adventure. There will be Muppets.
It's frankness.
So it doesn't
is
come
what
as a
appeases
surprise when you're watching the film. So you're not like, oh, I wasn't expecting adventure. Might leave.
Yeah. I mean, it does seem a little too obvious. Not as obvious as Man on a Ledge, but
Well, how great would it be that if in the film there was in fact no adventure?
so the Muppets may be running an accountancy firm, or the Muppets just having a normal day in their
I mean, that's kind of the
quaint
interplay
village.
you need with a trailer and a film.
Is it? You don't know what you're talking about. This features a shambles. This show's a shambles. Right, we've got our flag. What are we doing, Miles?
Do you know what's not a shambles?
What?
Oh, would you rather?
Yeah, apparently our flagship feature. I take it
Most
to adapt. The
definitely our
cooking
flagship
corner is
feature.
obviously the flagship feature. But anyway, go on then, do the stupid jingle.
Would you
Rather.
Right, so this week,
Nonsense.
just jealous.
Yep.
This week, we've got a Would You Rather, which sort of stems from the Muppet franchise.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a pet frog who makes witty remarks,
Brilliant.
Okay.
or
Brilliant.
a very organised pet pig?
Okay.
Okay. I
Um,
like that. James, what are you going for?
I'm going for the frog.
Yeah. Hit me.
Going for the Kermit clone that we've come up with. Because where's the fun in just having someone who's organised or good at organising things? I mean, I could get a person to do that. A frog that makes witty remarks has a certain je ne sais quoi. A certain sorry, I just wanted to get that in on the radio before we go off air.
Is that hello in French?
No, hello is like bonjour.
What's
Je ne sais quoi, you know?
No,
the
I
French
don't.
say it's got a certain special something to it. Je ne sais quoi. Trust me, use it on the ladies and you'll charm them.
I've tried every phrase, actually.
And look at every phrase possible.
All of them. I haven't tried them all in French, though.
Oh, okay,
So-
well there we go. Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, I just need to move on to other languages.
What I mean to say is he's unique, isn't he? A frog that makes witty remarks is unique. A pig that can organise things is just different, or is good at organisation is just slightly different.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. That you wouldn't expect a pig to organise things for you, would you? So...
But you wouldn't expect a frog to come out with witty remarks.
No, but this is where the pig comes in useful. Like, think, if you've got, like, an interview or something, you can't just have another person coming into the interview with you, like, organising all your notes, you know, reminding you of what you need to say, things like that. Because, like, that's cheating, isn't it? But no one's going to expect a pig to organise your interview for you.
You're not going to be allowed to have a pig in an interview scenario in the first place.
Well, why not? Like, just like, this is my pet pig, I couldn't find any shelter for him.
So I brought him in for the interview.
The interviewer, completely unsuspecting, and then you, bam, get a job.
Right.
A frog with witty remarks couldn't do that for you, could he?
I'm sorry, this is a job interview.
Yeah.
I thought you just meant it was sort of a media appearance. Obviously planning for our future of fortune and fame. In the,
we don't need any help with that, James.
No, that's true. We can handle ourselves, definitely. Miles, should the listeners get involved?
I think they should.
How can they get involved?
We need to get some
They
listeners
can, they
first.
can text us or email us.
Yeah.
They can text us on 075 071 87777 or email at studio@radio.warwick.ac.uk.
Excellent.
Okay, brilliant.
Right.
All right, let's put on a song. Give the listeners
time to text in.
time to text in or email in.
Right.
So what have you got for us, Miles?
Our next song, Funeral for a Friend, Into Oblivion.
Cool.
That was Into Oblivion by Funeral for a Friend. Nice song.
Yeah, great song.
I like
great song. We're getting a bit more heavy rock today, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, just sort of.
Throwing caution to the wind in our last show.
Stick it to the system.
Right.
Mad.
Okay, Miles,
I-
hit us with your opinion for the Would You Rather.
Oh, yeah. I think I'd go for the pig.
Yeah?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
because a witty frog isn't really that useful, is it? It would
Exactly
It
my
would be a
point.
novelty.
It's not about functionality.
Yes, it is.
It's about...
Because if you're going to have it for however long pigs live for,
yeah.
you want it to, you know, chip in for the.
If you wanted
Rent.
to make yourself famous on the world stage, a frog that made witty remarks would do wonders for you, and a pig that could organise
Muppets.
meetings would do...
Muppets is a good
No,
example.
but
Unbelievable.
surely the frog would steal all your thunder, and then you just make the frog famous, and you just be
You could
left
be
out of the
his
limelight.
agent.
You could pretend to be a what's it called, a puppet. You know where they've got the puppet and they don't speak and the puppet does.
Puppet master?
No, the ventriloquist.
ventriloquist.
That's it. You could pretend to be a ventriloquist.
But then it would
Like-
sort of eliminate the point of actually having a frog that could speak, and you'd
exactly.
be just as well off becoming a ventriloquist.
That's very true. But
Perhaps you're not, I
sticking
don't
with
think
the
you're
pig.
allowed to voice your opinions on this, Miles.
No, I am. I'm going with the pig. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. And
But what about what the listeners say?
I don't care what they say.
Well, let's have some of their text anyway.
I'm actually in shock today.
Yep.
Because we've got. I'm not even going to count them. Loads of
Several texts.
Several texts.
Miles can't
So-
even contemplate such a high number.
It's almost past 5, isn't it?
Nearly.
Are they over 5? Just under 5.
I think there's over 5.
Wow.
Yeah. So people are actually listening.
We might get into double digits one day.
Yeah.
I mean, not because this is our last show, but still. Go on.
Don't be too ambitious, James. It'll only hurt when.
When it's never achieved.
Yeah.
Right.
Firstly, it's International Women's Day. Another cynical ploy by Clintons to sell more cards.
That's just rubbish, because no one buys cards for people saying it's International Women's Day, do they? Happy Women's Day.
Do you have to buy that for every woman you know? Because that would be an expensive day.
That would be a very cynical ploy by Clintons if they managed to pull that one off.
Yeah.
Like,
but then again, Christmas cards you buy for, well, when you get older, you buy for everyone you know.
Yeah, you can buy like bulk packs of those, so can't you?
So you might be able to buy bulk packs of.
Well, maybe, but if you had to buy them, if they did manage to sell them to you individually, they'd be about £2, £3 each. How many women do you know? I know about 4 at least. So I'd be £12 out of pocket.
I'd be at least £2 or £3.
Yeah, exactly. And Miles, you'd be hundreds, obviously. Yeah. Well, Alec, you'd benefit because you've given up women for Lent. So.
Oh, that's true. When is it?
This
When is it that Lent ends?
Easter, right?
Because I'm really struggling.
Oh yeah. You've had all the offers flooding in.
I know. I've just had to go. Look, I'm sorry, but I've given up women for Lent. I can't.
I can't let down the Faces for Radio listeners by betraying my promise. Oh dear. Well, let's have some of those texts then.
Right. Next text. Oh, they're still coming in. This one's from your mum, James.
Yep.
Hi, Val.
Thanks, Mum.
Good luck with your show, guys. Going to miss you, lads, if this is your last show. You make my Thursday mornings.
Oh.
Well,
thanks, Val.
Good news for Val is that James actually lives in the same house as her, so she can't miss him that much.
Wake him up.
Well,
at
not at the moment, to be fair. I live in a student house now.
That's true. She will have to wait a week or so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, the next Thursday when we would be on air, you'll be at home. So,
No, I won't. Oh, yes, I will. Never mind.
You could.
I thought we were a weekly show, but we're not. But let's not dig up that grievance again. Oh dear.
You could get me and Alec on Skype, and we could do a little live performance.
Do a little show just for my family.
Yeah, we
Cheer
could
your mum up.
move up to a stand-up act instead of a radio show. Do you think that could work?
I don't see how that.
Especially if we had a witty frog with us.
Which we don't. Because you slagged off the Muppets so much, they're never going to work with us.
We'd need an organised pig to manage us.
You can't have both. I don't think you can have both.
If you go for the frog, I'll go for the pig. Sorted.
Okay, great.
What do I get out of this? Nothing. This exchange of imaginary animals. Next text.
Next text. Right. I'm not a child, animal, or social outcast, and I can't drive. I'm also thinking of learning, but it's a very expensive thing for a student to do.
Oh. Have we touched the nerve?
No.
What?
That's just exactly.
Miles says no.
No, we have definitely not touched the nerve with Miles.
No,
we haven't. I definitely didn't touch a nerve with you yesterday when I was doing impressions of you at the pub for an hour straight, did I? Didn't touch a nerve then either.
Go on, do an impression of me.
Wait, you want me to do an impression of you, like, on the air? Like, now?
That's not even an impression of me.
That's unnecessary pauses, and then
that's a dramatic effect.
Come at once.
Yeah, just like a dramatic build-up, but during a sentence.
Where's the full stop gonna come?
You just don't know when I finish talking.
James, you're going to have to stop doing that 'cause it's very grating.
Yeah, I suppose.
I've already got Miles doing it.
Sorry, guys.
But yeah, no, I agree with that. It is expensive. I'm not a child animal or social outcast, and I can't drive. That's from Laura.
I'm sure you had some connection to Laura. So she's bound to fight your corner.
Maybe.
Well, anyway, moving on. Is that it?
We're going to be here.
As if they're going to go on indefinitely, and we can just use the whole show.
Next 20 minutes.
Oh wow! Excellent.
What about the time Alec mounted his car into the side of a mini roundabout on Rushy Way and veered into a ditch?
On my defence, I didn't see it.
Yeah, but this is what happened, dear listeners. We were driving along. We went over a mini roundabout. They're fine. You can go over them. If you don't see it, it's not the end of the world. Just remember next time. Alec went, oh, I've gone over a mini roundabout, and decided in sort of roulette wheel fashion to spin the wheel at random, and we ended up in a ditch.
Yeah, but I saved your lives, because otherwise
You didn't save my life. You put in a horrendous amount of danger.
This sounds fun.
But we did, otherwise we would have mounted them in your roundabout. And you know that's about like 10 centimetres off the ground. Paint.
Oh dear me. The worst part of that though wasn't the crash or our lives going in danger. It's that we forgot one of our friends was in the car.
Oh yeah, no, we all got out to inspect the car, see if there was any damage. There was, obviously.
And we checked that everyone was all right.
We checked that everyone was all right, and then we all got back into the car. Well, we thought we had. I started driving away, and the door was still open, and one of my friends was kind of like just being dragged along.
He's more quiet and unnoticeable. So
there we go.
We forgot about
That's
him.
how I almost killed all my friends in a crash, and then
tried
nearly
to
ran
leave
my friend over.
one behind.
A
Oh
cheery
dear.
show today.
Yep. Well, the listeners have noted that we're being a bit too upbeat and have decided to bring us down a few pegs, I think. Is that it for our
They love-
text?
No.
Oh,
No.
blimey, they are
No, we've
flooding in.
We've got, what, 6 more?
Are you joking? When are we going to have time for the
coming-
cooking corner? What about the cooking corner?
I think the artist of that first song is pronounced Gautier. Just saying. Also, I'm shedding a tear for your last show, guys.
Oh.
Actually, I think the artist for our first song was The Fray.
Oh.
You're gonna have a go at us. I'm gonna.
We're gonna
retaliate.
attack right back at the listeners.
To be fair,
I'm sorry.
it is a very silly name, isn't it? I mean,
It is
it
silly.
just looks
Gautier.
I think
completely
it's-
unpronounceable.
I think it's foreign.
It doesn't sound foreign.
No, he
No,
doesn't.
it is.
Okay, it's
Oh.
foreign.
There we go.
Let's move on. Next text.
Next thing. We've got to get through them before more come in. Because they're coming in as fast as I can read them.
You know, I hear on professional radio shows they don't even read out all the texts.
Really?
Yeah. But what way is that to treat our loyal listeners?
I did say on Facebook that if you listen, then
We would definitely read out your
You'll be
text.
mentioned.
Okay.
I was
about-
back on a pledge.
No.
we're true to our words here. This is from Alec. No, not Alec.
No, I'm right
From
here,
Alice.
Miles.
This is from Alice. Sorry, spelt the same, nearly.
Or not at all.
It's a different. Right. I'm going mad.
Miles has read so much, all the letters are blurring into one.
Oh
I'm
dear.
just distraught about this being our last show.
Oh.
I was about to say you could put the captions on if you're watching the trailer on YouTube, but then I tried it and it was just nonsense. Never mind.
There we go.
Okay, solid advice.
Obviously, you already tried that. So
One
you knew it was nonsense.
professional movie trailer reviewer to another.
You tried that. You knew it. They were nonsense, didn't you?
trade.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't try that because I knew it was going to be nonsense.
Oh, he
So-
was one step ahead of you, Alice. One step ahead.
Thank you very much, Alice, for the text.
Yeah, cheers for the text.
Next one. Je ne sais quoi means I don't know what. I'd rather have a pet pig to organise stuff for me. Cheaper than hiring people and can also be made into bacon.
Ah.
It would not be able
There
to
is-
organise things if it was bacon.
Yeah. Now, there's the rub.
That's sort of
That's
like
the
a
rub.
Yeah, that's like a
I
one-off
suppose you could
thing.
always use that as a threat, couldn't you? Like, if you don't organise my stuff, I will eat you.
I mean, you could use
There's
that.
no qualms about it. I'm going to eat you.
You could use that as a threat to a person as well.
With, so.
Because we're talking about a pig who has obviously reached the levels of intelligence of a person, so there'd be sort of no ethical distinction.
I think just from the species point of view, it's slightly less cannibal.
Well,
To eat a
it's a
pig.
bit speciesist, isn't it?
Also, it's not illegal.
Well,
That's true. And I don't know what. The only time I've had human, it was really overdone. And bacon's great every single day of the week. So
there was actually a Dutch television show where two presenters each cut off a toe and they were fried by a famous celebrity chef.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
And they ate each other's toes on air.
That's nasty.
So that's our next feature on Basis for Radio.
That's your next recipe in James's cooking corner.
It is indeed.
Next one. Sup guys, I'm watching on the webcams. Love from Jeffrey W.
Jeffrey W.
Hello up
bit
there.
scared.
All right.
I'm kind of
We're
scared.
giving you a wave now, Jeffrey.
Cameras are always watching.
Oh.
I hope they weren't watching my spazzy dance during Rage Against the Machine. I really do hope so.
I hope
'Cause I
you're
wouldn't
right.
want to inflict that upon anyone.
No, that wouldn't be good. Next text.
Next one. This is another one for the Would You Rather. I would have the frog because it's awesome and you can carry it around with you way easier. but I think James made a bad decision. It seems to me that he lives in a permanent state of confusion, just like with his meals.
Oh.
In quote marks.
Oh.
And I think he should take any offering of organisation that comes his way, be it a pig or not.
Wow.
Ooh,
There we go.
a little bit of heavy advice.
That's from Poppy.
I like how Poppy agreed with you, but I may be agreeing with James, but I've got to insult him somehow.
Yeah.
He's right, but he's wrong in every other aspect, so it's okay.
That happens a lot to me, actually.
Oh, really?
Well, not a lot, but the very few times people think I'm right about things, they still want to criticise me, so they go ahead and do so.
I'm just thinking, shall we have a preemptive cooking corner before we run out of time?
I think we should.
I think we should.
Okay, well, prepare to be surprised, guys, by this week's cooking corner.
Oh,
One more text.
So,
oh, okay.
No more text. That's just an advert. Never mind.
righto! Right, let's hit the kitchen. It's James's cooking corner. Hey guys, today I'm cooking an amazing dish. It's called salmon coulibiac. I don't know if that's how you say it, but here we go. First, get everything prepared. Boil a pan of salted water, add the eggs and cook for 8 minutes exactly. Drain under cool water, then peel and set aside. Heat half the butter in a non-stick frying pan and sizzle the slices of salmon for 1 minute on each side. Just to firm up the fillets, but not to cook them all the way through. Lift the salmon onto a plate. Now cook the rice. Melt the rest of the butter into the same pan. Add the onion, cumin and coriander seeds. Carmine, star in anise, and then gently fry for 8 minutes until golden. Stir the rice and add the bay leaf and cinnamon stick, featured in picture 2. Then pour over the stock and season generously. Cover, bring to boil, and then lower the heat to its lowest setting and cook for 10 minutes. Turn off the heat and leave covered for 10 minutes. Then stir the lemon zest and juice. Set aside to cool. This can be done several hours in advance. Once cool, stir the chopped dill. Or have a toast sandwich. And that is the last ever, perhaps, James's Cooking Corner.
And you were so close to giving an actual recipe.
So close.
So close.
You say so close, I got about a third of the way through. I missed out all the ingredients you needed before you started that preparation process, and I missed out the rest of the recipe.
So close.
So close to, and I don't think I pronounced the name of the dish correct. Salmon coulibiac. So there we go.
Well, don't look at me.
You know how that's... Anyone know, if anyone knows how it's pronounced, text in and we'll read it out, or we'll try to.
All right, shall we have a song, Miles?
I think it's time for another song. This is Lost Prophets, Bring 'Em Down. That was Lost Prophets, Bring 'Em Down. Good morning and welcome to the last ever FFR newscast this year. Top stories this week. After nearly 30 years of baking for Melton Country Market, some old lady called Brenda has finally hung her apron. For a number of years, Brenda Thompson has been baking sponges and pastries for the farmers market held on the first and third Fridays of the month. She said, "I just want to relax a bit more now. I'll go back and help if I'm needed." Superfast broadband has gone live in Stafford for BT users. Several households and businesses will benefit from some faster wires and stuff. The news has been welcomed by a county councillor who said something like, "It's probably going to benefit children and minorities." Lastly, fed up sports clubs in the Gwynedd town say dog mess problems are so bad that football, rugby and cricket matches are being stopped in the Gwynedd area. The Gwynedd Rugby Club spokesman said that it's frustrating that Gwynedd officials had to inspect the Gwynedd playing grounds before games. If you have any details of irresponsible dog owners, you can contact Gwynedd Council Street Enforcement Team confidentially. Thanks for listening.
Street Enforcement Team.
They sound like a much tougher version of the SAS.
SAS and the A-Team rolled into one.
The dog mess AS.
James's Pun of the Week.
Pun of the Week. We get a jingle for that?
No.
Is it too late for more jingles?
You don't deserve a jingle for a really bad pun.
Oh, well.
There we go.
Never mind, eh? I mean, that news was all fascinating.
But there is...
No one wanted to back me up on that.
Yeah.
Are there any other fascinating news stories this week?
Yeah, there was one actually.
Oh, go on.
I read,
Do go on.
Please.
Because I don't know what this story is. We certainly didn't plan this story.
This will come
What's
as a
the story,
shock to
Miles?
you.
This will come as a shock to me. Go on.
That was a story
Yeah.
about they've made a robot cheetah that's broken some sort of speed record for robots moving.
Oh, no way.
On
That's
legs.
ridiculous. That's crazy. A cheetah?
You know, you didn't see that coming.
A robot cheetah?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Saying it went at 18 miles an hour.
Wow. How much?
18.
18. Wow. It's actually not that fast.
If you watch a video, it's
A
mental.
normal human can run that fast, can't he?
It's not a robot.
Well,
though.
I certainly can't run 18 miles an hour.
Can't you?
I don't know.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, depending on the day of the week.
Can I?
The thing about all these robots is they can't deal with slight inclines, can they? So even an 18-mile-per-hour cheetah will be, I don't know, thwarted by a pair of stairs or a pair of stairs.
Pair of stairs. A pair of stairs. 2 stairs. I don't think it would. A case of stairs. A staircase, maybe.
A case of stairs.
But a pair of stairs is certainly nonsense.
Oh dear. Do we have
That's
any more texts in, Miles?
We do actually.
Yeah.
We've got at least one more. Oh, several more.
Whoa! By several, do you mean 2?
3.
Whoa!
First one. Wow. A real recipe in the cooking corner. I don't like it. From Albert.
Okay, thank you for that, Albert.
Thank you, Albert.
This
Do
is
you
from.
think the number of texts criticising the show have risen or decreased?
I think just the number of texts has increased. No, wait, changed. So the number of.
Miles, what are you
The
trying to
proportions
say?
are the same.
Miles, we'll save the analysis till after the show when we do our in-depth review of how everything went. That was good. Alright, next week.
Do you know what we need?
What?
An organised pig.
Oh,
That's
dear
what
me.
that's
No, we don't. Next text.
Next text. This is from Laura. I assume the same Laura.
Your
I have,
girlfriend. Yeah.
I have no notable connection to Miles that he'd acknowledge. I hope this isn't your last show. You make my Thursdays. Love you guys.
Well, that's a little awkward that you said that there was a connection between you two when the text was in fact denying any connection.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I shouldn't have.
well,
Well, it was me that made the connection. Neither of them have said anything.
All right, so okay.
So I'm just here to make things awkward, really.
Oh, well, there's sexual tension in the studio right now.
Not really.
You can cut it with a knife.
Well, Laura, we may well make a return in our 3rd year.
At Warwick. We'll see if we get chucked off.
What, of the university or of the radio?
Either.
Okay, either or.
Keeping my
and-
The
options
future's
open.
looking bleak.
Yeah, it's not
And-
good, listeners. It's not good.
The third one's irrelevant. So
What do you mean the 3rd one's irrelevant?
it's just an advert for something.
Well, we may as well read it out.
Hi, you've received a tweet to the studio. Omar Chowdhury tweeted at Thursday, March the 8th. This tweet.
Miles,
may or
you're
not-
reading with too much enthusiasm.
No, that's not an advert. That's a tweet. You've got to read tweets.
This tweet may or may not be relevant to your show, since the user may just be mentioning Raw at 1251 AM for another reason.
Okay, well, just read what
out
he
the
said. What has
tweet.
he
That
said?
is the tweet.
No, it's not. He's tweeted something to us.
Follow,
Find it!
follow at Warwick Sport for updates on varsity coverage.
Okay, and we will. And we will.
Was
Thank
that
you for that,
really worth
Omar.
reading?
Omar Chowdhury. Thank you. There we go.
That was a drawn out text.
And with that, we've probably reached near to the end of the show.
Yeah.
Near to the end of the season. Perhaps call it a series.
Nearing the
End of our career.
end of our careers, yeah.
The end of an era. Listeners.
It is the end of an
The
era.
end of an era.
Thanks for listening.
And with that, thank you very much.
We hope you've
for
enjoyed the
listening.
show.
Thank
We
you for
hope
listening.
you've enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
Well, we know that some of you haven't because you've texted in saying so. But
For those of you that did enjoy it, thank us, really. I don't know why we're thanking you, because we've been providing entertainment for free. We're not paid for this.
actually,
At 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
9 in the morning, we're given very little to work with, and we managed to bust out a show every fortnight.
Yeah, and every week in the second term of the first...
The first
term
term.
of our second year.
Remember that? That was
So
good
yeah,
choice.
well done, James.
Thank you.
Well done, Miles.
Well done, Alec.
well done, Alec. This is Faces for Radio. Hit us with a song, Miles.
This is Dirty Harry by Gorillaz.